sense of thought into our light.
Yeah.
You know.
I actually stole my kid's.
Welcome to the Trailhead, where trails start and stories unfold.
One, two, three.
Welcome to the show, everyone. Now here's JD.
You know, that intro is real awesome until you hear it 900 times while you're trying to edit stuff together. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Trailhead, the biggest shit show in off-road podcasting. It is Monday night, and we are all finding better things to do here by drinking our troubles away. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Excellent.
Outstanding.
Let's go around the room. We'll start with Alyssa tonight.
Oh,
How you doing?
Okay. Good. How are you?
I'm
How's everyone?
peachy. I am
Good.
just peachy. All right, and then we got Ryan.
Feel that.
Hey. Now here,
All right.
rock and roll.
We got to go around the room, and I've had feedback before that sometimes we don't identify who's who, and yeah, that's mostly my fault. Yeah. All right, and then we have Pope and Randy tonight. Hey, gang.
Hello.
We're back.
They're back for now, and then you guys are going to be gone again.
Yeah.
I don't think we're actually going to miss an episode.
Because it's actually like we leave tomorrow and then we come back
Come back Saturday. All our friends are already out there without us.
Right.
Well, you guys are doing like a trunicated EJS. You're not doing like the whole experience.
No, well, not having Misfit, we just decided to make it shorter. We'd rather save our PTO for when he's back. Right?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
good though. I'm excited.
So, how many Jeeps do you guys have this week?
I have Gemma in my garage
There it
right
is.
now, and I've been packing her, and I drove her around today, and her coilovers feel so good. I've been messing with the coilovers. She, literally my heart sings being back inside of her.
Dude, it's never felt better.
Ever.
I saw you let him put some rocks underneath it. That was allowed.
No, that was a hologram.
That was hologram. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
hologram.
Gem,
I let him
Gem
take-
the gray one's back. The big build
Yeah,
is
Gem
over.
is back.
Sorry.
The build is over. I am ready to go put her on some rocks.
All right.
We have to chase down and issue the detailers when they took the seats out and put them back in. They don't think that they understood what they were messing with, so I think there's something kind of off with the position of the bladder underneath the seat. So we'll fix it. It's a minor thing.
Keeps freaking out, telling me there's not
It's like,
anybody.
hey, there's no one in the Jeep. What the hell?
It's moving, but it's yeah.
I'm
So
like, get over it.
we'll figure it out. But there's just the little minor details that we have till tomorrow. We leave in the morning. All of our friends are down there getting muddy. I just can't wait to drive her on the rocks. Like, she's so cool. I mean,
Yeah, some of our other friends with half doors have ended up with mud all throughout their Jeep.
oh my gosh. But we're going in the sunny part, and it drives up fast, so hopefully it's not too muddy.
We'll just get dust and sand.
Well, it will be
What you
nice
don't
and-
want is the
That's
combination
easy.
of both. If you get the mud and then follow that up with the caking dust,
Yeah.
you'll never get it out.
Well,
I mean, if you really
I
want-
learned. Huh?
I was gonna say, if you really want to jinx it, you can have snow by Friday and Saturday. So, because that's
I just
happening.
don't want to even. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. Oh.
I've been watching the weather because we're driving down with the trailer for the first time. We're driving a trailer, so that's kind of cool.
That's nice.
And so it's really nice because then I can just drive Gem and not have to worry about if I have to get her home or not. That's going to be the first time ever. So that feels like I'm ready to be chauffeured to the event.
Yes,
Just kidding.
don't take that as a license to do real sketchy shit.
I don't know what you're talking about. I am
You know
really
exactly what I'm
Oh,
talking about.
I'm so excited to go.
Even
be
more
on
of her
stuff.
Jeep is covered in Motoville armor than before now.
Yeah, it's like I'm ready to go play. I'm ready to go do some stuff.
All right.
So she feels really good. She feels really like, I don't know. I'm ready.
It feels really nice. It's never felt that nice. When our friends Dustin and Chelsea get their Jeep back from Impulse, they're going to be loving how it feels.
It just feels good.
Yeah.
It feels good, and she's happy. So yeah.
Very
And I'm
cool.
ready to go play with all my friends, and I'm gonna get to do Pritchett for the first time. So I'm really excited to do that. It was going to be the first day we got down there, but I decided my shakedown run and Gem didn't need to be on Pritchett.
It does not need to be Pritchett. Takedown runs do not need to be on Pritchett.
Yeah.
No, I didn't want to be like, I didn't want to be the one like person like, I didn't want to be the trail tampon, you know, like I didn't want to be the one that like broke down Pritchett for the day at EJS. Like everybody in town's talking about it. I've been at EJS when somebody breaks on Pritchett, and the whole world is talking about it before you even get down.
Randy needs the explicit content sticker today.
Sorry. No, but I'm gonna start out on Poison Spider. I think that's a good healthy I can get off of it. Things are gonna happen. Like
There's
everything's
a lot of
good.
exit points. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's only one exit point on Pritchett, and that's the top of the hill. So, yeah, so you're going.
Yeah. So we're doing Poison Spider and then like Moab Rim, and then I think we're doing Pritchett on Friday. So I'll do a couple little things before I like really break her in. So I'm excited.
That'll be a good trip.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a good, 7,
I'm
8,
glad
9.
you have a
and-
trailer. I'm glad you have a trailer. I feel having recently experienced that, I would have liked to have had a trailer. I think it would have made my vacation a lot better.
Yeah.
I used to get crap all the time for wheeling my TJ only had 33s on it. But I'd trailer that thing everywhere. If it was more than 3 hours away, I'd trailer it.
Mm-hmm.
And I got crap for it, but I didn't care because all I had to worry about was if I didn't trailer, I had to worry about getting it from wherever I broke it home.
Yeah.
If I trailered it, all I had to do was worry about getting it to the trailhead. Then I could take it home.
We've spent the last 3.5 years trying to get 2 Jeeps home. It's a game. It's a gamble and it's a game. And we are proud AAA members.
And we lose at that game a lot, by the way.
Yeah. Get a bigger trailer.
Yeah.
Ask Rubistina what great gamblers we are.
We're not very good gamblers. So
Yeah, we're not very good gamblers.
yeah, well, as soon as we're renting the trailer this time. So we're going to rent a trailer because we're just doing one Jeep. And we wanted to make sure that we could get to Moab and back without dying. And then
proof of concept is real good before you drop, grands on a trailer.
And then we're going to be going out to Vernal with the both of them. So then that's when we can either buy one or rent one to do it because it's going to be closer. It's only 2 hours away. So we're going to, an F-350.
Yeah, we call him the stage manager.
What year is this one?
2022.
Okay, so not one of them Power Strokes.
It is a Power Stroke 6.7.
Well, not one of those. What was it? 07. Yeah. Those
not the shitty years.
No, we actually the way we did it is he went and got the trailer, brought it home, met me over at the shop. We picked up Gem and drove Gem home. So we've been making little practice runs trying to make sure that we figure it out. He just knows that he needs to turn wide.
Yep.
If you take both Jeeps, you get a triple axle. Just take a little bit wider turn. You'll be good. Gooseneck, triple axle.
Yeah, we're gonna do gooseneck
and decision to take a stepped approach to this. Yes.
Yeah, we're just taking well, it's nice because it's only 3.5 hours. We can do it. Now that we've driven around town, I don't feel like we're gonna die. I've been having anxiety about this because we've never driven trailers before. So
Yeah, my friend Pat Yee Jeeps reached out to me and said, "Just skip all of this one single Jeep trailer stuff. Go right to the gooseneck." he's like, what? He's like, you just need to go there. You're going to be so much better off.
But we're renting, so we can like see, and then we know what we want
damage
now.
someone else's trailer, learning how to
If
drive
you buy
it.
low to, that's the kind of market where Facebook Marketplace will treat you right. You can probably flip it for as much or just a little bit less than what you paid for it.
Right.
Yep.
No. All right.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was looking at your video. I was going to say, the only thing you really got to worry about is if you load it right. And it looks like you loaded it right.
well, that's
look at this video.
why we went and picked up Gem.
So
when we picked up Gem, we had them help us load it so that they could show us where. And then I took tons of pictures of where on the trailer it was and all that kind of stuff.
I figured if these guys that tow their race Jeep to race tracks don't know how to load our Jeep onto a trailer, they don't know what they're doing, and they're definitely the right people to show us what we're doing the first time around. So
yeah.
And I always get, when I'm driving, I always get weary of people that put it on there and just get too afraid to push it forward and leave it too far back on the trailer, and you get that speed wobble going, and it is
right. It felt so good the way that we had it. We're just going to tuck it right up on that fender again.
Yeah, they were saying just stay centered to the axle on the trailer, and then you'll feel good. So, but yeah, we had them do it, and then tomorrow we took her off. I've been driving her around. It's been raining, so that's kind of what So I've been driving her around anytime there's sunshine, just so that I can figure things out, and then we will load her back up. So, yeah.
Yep. Put her back on tomorrow. Head on down. Yeehaw. I'm excited, actually. This is going to be a fun time. Driving on the freeway with it didn't seem to be like that big of a deal. It's making the turns and shit in town and figuring out where you're going to go in the gas station.
Requires
and watching everybody, well, as you already know, and watching everybody that has a gas vehicle fill up all the diesel pumps.
Yeah. Well, I was the Super Duty truck over at the truck stop trucker pumps. So I bet you they love that. I was at least pointed the right way.
Awesome. All right. Alyssa, how many vehicles do we have this week?
For me?
Yeah.
I in my house, I have one right now.
No. It's really more of just a health check. Do we have fully functioning vehicles?
Yes.
Okay. There we go. That's
what I was just a little damage from Moab, but it's functioning.
Oh, what did you do? What'd you do in Moab?
Just a skid plate and a rear bumper.
Oh, skid plates are normal, but did you clip it?
Yeah. It looks good though. It's not like off or anything. It's just like, it's like some red paint missing. White paint is missing, and now there's a red mark, so it's fine. Yeah,
that's all right. Trail tattoos.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Oh. That's every trail for me. I take a rattle can. That's why everything on my Jeep that could touch rocks is black, so I can just run a rattle can as fast as possible.
I was replacing some of the Instagram stickers on the side of my Jeep the other day, and I realized when I was cleaning off the side of it that there's a giant dent behind the door that I had no idea was there before, and it's just like, I wonder where this happened at.
Oh, it happened during that time when you hit that rock and it threw out the front suspension.
It's entirely possible, Pope, but I also try not to think about that. It's kind of like a locked memory now. Yeah, I don't.
Oh, good. Randy's on the Instagram checking out the live feeds.
Oh, good.
I was just making sure that if anybody says anything,
we have one whole viewer that is Randy. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Say hi to Randy, everybody.
Hello, Randy.
Are you guys going to live stream a little this week?
What'd you say?
Yeah.
We'll do some stuff. We'll try to make sure everybody knows what we're kind of up to. It just gets so hectic if we aren't posting. It's because we've been at something for the last.
The nice thing is we're not doing we're doing kind of modal built trails, not doing EJS specific trails. So it won't slow people down for us to take content because everybody who's with us, including Moto Built, is there to take content.
Mm-hmm.
So it won't be, and so we'll be able to play around on some of the harder obstacles and not be a burden to other people on the trail.
Oh, and we want to see what my what my triangulation can do. So we're gonna have to put me on. I know you told me not to like try hard things, but well,
no, that's not what
why
I said.
I have this suspension.
I said make good choices. Is essentially
make good choices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that like the days of me taking the easy line are way gone at this point because I'll just I'm gonna be probably taking the hard line on everything.
Just like the trailer though. Take that stepped approach.
Yeah, no, and I'm really proud of myself for saying because I was supposed to be on Pritchett on Wednesday, but I thought we would go shake her down at least at like Little Moab or something on Saturday, but then craziness happened and they wanted to make sure she was perfect, and she is so good. Like
we just took her on Bangor Highway to the shakedown run. Yeah,
that's my shakedown run. So if I would have at least driven her and knew how she was going to perform on the rocks and how I was going to feel in her and stuff, then I'd have probably done Pritchett. I'd have probably went there. I really want to do Pritchett. I'm so excited to do it. And the group that's going, I'm really sad that I'm not get to play with them. But whatever, it's good. The tiered approach is a good idea. I'm being safe-ish.
Okay, I'm just trying to be that voice in the back of your head, just so you remember once in a while.
I know, and now I have a trailer to follow home on.
I know that's
I'm so in trouble. I'm so in trouble. I'm so
much higher. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let me not be the voice. The reason you have a trailer at the trail.
Exactly. I'm going to try new things. New things.
If you guys take any short videos or anything like that, we can always play them during the next show. So just send them to me beforehand. We'll play them out. So. Cool. Well, we got into the weeds with that. So Alyssa, you have full vehicles, no issues other than some paint damage. And then Ryan, you're still sans Jeep, correct?
Yeah, I got nothing.
Got a time frame?
Yeah. We took pulled the coils, took them down last week. So hopefully we get them back this week.
All right.
At some point in time. We're gonna do the hoses, the Heims. The valves, the seals, I'm gonna just do it all. I don't know when the last time those things were serviced was, so we're gonna just get them all done. And hopefully, I can share in Jen's enthusiasm about my coilovers when I get them back.
Well, this is the first time I've actually felt like my coilovers are in the right place and doing the right thing. So I'm just shocked at how like she feels like a cloud driving down the road, just like. She's all like tuned and everything. Like they threw her together for Slorex so that they could show what they were doing. And then they had the last 3 weeks to just dial her in. I'm so excited.
That's so awesome.
And so, she's like sweet.
Yeah. My thing is like, I've been slowly watching it kind of sag in the front and, even the dirt road I had to drive down.
Me too, Ryan.
To work on it was horrible. So because it's a washboardy road, so I'm hopefully when I leave there, I'll do about 60 miles an hour. Of course, anything over that is not going to happen. But 60 miles an hour down that road with nothing, that'd be great.
My goal is to make it so that Misfit can hit 90.
Jesus.
I don't
only did 88 before it blew up.
There's too many things that vibrate and shake after 65, 70. Like, no, it's not going to happen.
All right. I still have my Jeep. I have not broken anything this week.
Nice.
I felt like it not quite turning as far as it should to the left, but I think that's really more of an adjustment. And then I'm going to take it out this week sometime for a shakedown run. There's a bunch of trails near here. We keep getting socked with snow. And then by the time it pretty much started to melt off, then we got another like 2 inches here at the house last night, and then 8 inches or 10 inches up in the mountains. So we'll see what happens. I don't like going out in the snow.
Me neither.
Steering wheel's not all the way turning. What did you hit?
Nothing. I've driven it to and from work 3 times, which is pretty much a straight drive down the highway, other than a couple turns to and from the thing. But it just feels tight. It just feels like it needs an adjustment. That's all. So hopefully we're good to go. We'll get it done sometime next week. Cool. All right. So we didn't get any new reviews this week, but we did get a voicemail.
Yay.
Yep.
New
Our
one.
friend Nathan has come back again.
See, I'm gonna start it. You ready? We just got a voicemail. I need the Blues Clues theme song.
No, that's okay. I'm going to
love it.
isolate that now because I can isolate just you doing that, and that is now our voicemail music. Because I got some good stuff going on over here, but that's better.
I marked it right there. I don't know if you did too.
I did. Thank you very much. We got it. You just got to be aware that everything's on camera, Ryan. That's all I got.
Hold on, let me go get another one of these. I'll be right back.
There you go. That's how you got to do that. All right. So this is a reminder for you if you're listening. If you leave us a review on Apple iTunes and or Spotify, if you want to increase your chances, send me a screenshot on Instagram or at jd@thetrailheadnetwork.com, and we'll get you added into our review swag pack giveaway. At 50 reviews, we'll give away 8-game switch panels, a bunch of t-shirts, stickers, and I think I've got something from Todd for Trails Off Road. And then also, if you leave a Trails Off Road app review and send me that screenshot, I'll give you an additional entry. And then, anything else we get between now and then, we'll get added to it. So that first 50 is going to be a stretch. So get in on it because it's going to be a big swag pack by the time we're done.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. All right. Well, let's do this first then. Ryan made me. Ryan got me thinking about the Blues Clues thing, and I did look. I did some looking for some material to see if I could find something, and I did find some things. We'll see if I can put something together long term. In the meantime, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You just see me dancing over here.
Wait, like just that fast? You did that?
What?
Did you use the internet or something?
Oh, I know, right? It's amazing. Like this internet thing has all kinds of like information. Like you can buy movie tickets on it and get directions to places.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like movie phone, but on a computer.
Yeah, and there's a lot of porn. All right.
Oh, so it's like Cinemax on the computer.
Oh, it's not Cinemax anymore. No, we're way past Cinemax on the internet.
Oh, God.
All right.
Poor internet.
Poor internet. What do we do to you? All right. So let's see here. Let's do this real quick.
God, you're more annoying than a creative voicemail message.
Believe it or not, George isn't at home. Leave a message at the beach.
Joe is on a vacation far away. You call them up to talk it over.
Is that message old or new? Old or new? Old or new?
Reminding you to move the pork chops from the freezer to the refrigerator.
Hey man, me again. I was just taking a whiz. Thought you might have called. Okay, later.
Yo, 148, 3 to the 3 to the 6 to the 9, representing the ABQ.
Oh, shit.
All right, there you go.
How
That'll
far
have to do
back
for now.
can you go for some of those?
Man, that might make me want to actually add something to my voicemail for my phone.
I really like the Alan Rickman
instead of like
one, yeah.
Spanish saying that this person is not available.
That was a fun trip around YouTube. I'm not gonna lie, that was fun to go grab those real fast.
Well, that sounds way fun because like back in the day, I used to spend money on ringtones, and now I don't know if I've had my phone off of silent for the last like 2 years. You know?
Yeah, I gotta.
You sit and hold it up to the speaker and go, play the song you want and be like, yeah, I'm not here right now. But
oh yeah, that old school, yeah.
Come on.
Ringback tones were cool.
There
too.
you go.
Ringback tones.
Oh yeah, that didn't last very long at all.
People dial your number and all of a sudden it's like 2 Live Crew and they're like, what the
I don't hear your crap.
Wow,
My phone was
so
in
controversial.
Spanish forever. Okay, so my phone's voicemail was in Spanish forever,
Like you hit
and
the
my
sap
phone
button
was
on it?
in the I don't know what happened, but I couldn't get out of Spanish. So I had so many Spanish solicitors for so long because they thought I spoke Spanish because my email or my voicemail was in Spanish for probably like 3 years.
Mhm.
It was hilarious because I just didn't know how to change it and I didn't care.
So, rabbit hole. My kids are in a Spanish immersion program, so they'll watch Spanish stuff on YouTube, and like most of the commercials I get now are on Spanish, and I have no idea. But they, no problem. But me, I need to do the whole quick weekend learn of Spanish. So as they get older, they don't like yell at me in Spanish, and I don't know what they're saying. At least I probably need to look at the curse words, make sure I'm educated on that.
Man, it's so much easier to learn how to curse in Spanish than it was when I was a kid.
Just don't tell my kids that.
I mean, I know lots of ways to use mierda. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they already know. I hate to tell you this. Yeah. All right.
All right.
All right. So here's our voicemail. Ready? Shimon.
Hey, this is Nathan from Pittsburgh again. I wanted to say thank you for the information on the Apex Adventure Series. That's that off-road event that's kind of moving around the country that I asked about. I also had a question or topic for the podcast, and apologies if you already covered this, but just curious, what was it that ended up getting you all into off-roading? I had, done the typical teenager screw around with a pickup truck when I was younger, but officially didn't really get into it until in 2017 we went to test drive a Wrangler that we were interested in. But we ended up actually going with a 2017 Renegade because with the kids being younger, the wife was concerned about having those side airbags and everything. So people can say what they want about the Renegade, but that was a fun vehicle. The time we were done with it, I had a TerraFlex lift on it, 29-inch tires. It had even trimmed the pinch seams and stuff for that extra clearance. That thing was a fun vehicle. It led to really getting into the whole off-road deal there because it's a family fun that's pretty easy to have. And that directly led to me ending up with the Gladiator that I have today. So I was just curious what got y'all into it. Keep up the great work. Love the podcast.
All right. Thank you, Nathan.
That was cool. I like that.
Where's he from?
Pennsylvania?
South Carolina, I believe, or North Carolina.
No.
He's over by Brian.
None of y'all paid attention.
No, he's out that way. I got the dude's address. I have it somewhere over here. I have to send him stuff. So,
I mean, I didn't either.
Yeah,
well,
you don't.
Like I got four fingers pointing back at me or something.
Yeah.
3 fingers. I'm not an alien. I only have 5.
No, you're gonna make me look at it now, right? And of course he's not here, so yep. All right.
Or you can just listen to me and say Pennsylvania.
Oh, then yeah. See, I'm glad Ryan is paying attention. Thank you, Ryan. We
Ryan is our
appreciate you.
voicemail guy.
Ryan's are better than Brian's at this stuff.
Yes. Now, if I'm wrong, it's Brian's fault.
It is. Hey, Alyssa, I hate to interrupt.
Yes.
Could you leave and come back real fast? There's still something really weird with your audio. Like it's still showing an echo even when you're muted. So, and I know that's not right. We'll be here when you come back.
We want you back, Alyssa.
Yeah. Just I didn't want to boot you. And, it feel really bad like doing that. No, just exit and then come back in. We'll still be here.
Okay, I'll try.
Okay,
bye.
I feel like this is another song segue. Like I need to burst out in song, like "Come back, please come back." But I don't know.
I'm gonna let you do. Anytime you do that, I'm just gonna let it hang out there as long as you can, so that I can capture it later. So that is now my second marked moment of the night. I just want you to know.
If you want more of those, we need to move this back to Saturday night or Friday night.
We'll get there. I'm sure we'll have some of those. I feel like maybe in the summer, if we've got weather by people or whatever, we might do some special editions on a weekend from people's driveways. I know I'm going to set something up in my driveway. So,
cool.
Let's see.
All right.
Hey, there she is.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome
Yeah,
back.
and now it's not lighting up every time one of us talks.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Cool.
Well, I liked his question. So
Yes. Well, let's start with you, Alyssa, since you're just back then. What got you into off-roading?
Got me into it. I don't know. Just wanting to explore the like random dirt roads that I would see on the side of the highways. Living in Phoenix and like going around the valley, especially like on the outside of Phoenix. You always see like, I don't know, dirt roads that just like lead off different places. And I was always like, oh, where do those go? I didn't know it was a whole world. I didn't know it was a whole thing. I just wanted a truck that would let me explore.
Check it out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now I'm
Alyssa
here.
took a right
And
off the highway and never turned around. That's what happened.
Me? Yeah.
Yeah, took a right off a highway onto a dirt road and then never turned around.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
There are multiple times on long distance trips where I will look at like a road, like even outside, like the driver's side, right? And my passenger, my wife, will, without any prompting, just no. That's all I get. No, you can't. You have to keep driving. You cannot.
She can see it coming.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly.
Yep.
All right.
That's when you guys are on flights and you're looking down at the mountains, do you try like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I got my Gaia to work one time. I was going over New Mexico and my Gaia connected and I was like screenshotting where we were going. And I was like, road. Yeah.
It's real fun when it
400 miles per hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was.
That's amazing. Awesome. And your first off-road vehicle was the Tacoma, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess technically, yeah. I've taken a Honda CRV off-road. I shouldn't have, but off-road, dirt road, forest, service road, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Honda CRVs make it. Ford Tauruses make it.
My Ford Taurus used to make all kinds of places when I used to have a Ford Taurus back in my early 20s.
It was an off-road vehicle.
What year was yours?
Mine was a 94, I think.
It was an old police car, wasn't it?
It was an old police car. Yeah.
Yeah. It had more dents than her Jeep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But did you rock the Taurus show? That's what I mean.
What was that?
The Taurus show? Wasn't it a Ford Taurus show? Is that what the car was? Yeah,
All I know is I had
like
a white
model?
Ford Taurus that looked like a cop car, and it even had the like extra like spot for like where the light used to be or where the mirror used to be, or the spotlight. And it had within 3 weeks of me having it, somebody T-boned me. I had liability only. And they T-boned me and they couldn't prove whose fault it was. So I just drove around with a giant dent in my car and everybody would like leave like body workshop stuff on the top of my like cards on my windshield. And when I moved in with Pope,
your dicks, by the way.
He was so pissed because he only had a 1-car garage and he was parking in the garage because he was doing that. But he made me trade that car in so that I didn't park outside of his house because he was embarrassed.
It was so bad I was embarrassed.
It was paid off, man. It was paid off. And it would take me camping and all kinds of places. Who cares if there's a giant dent in the door?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are solid cars. Mine got me through Flagstaff through snowstorms. I like plowed the driveway before I think my roommate's Jeep actually. Like I would do that before she would leave.
The only Ford Taurus story I have, I got it stuck on a headstone in the cemetery. So yeah.
Goodness.
We need an explanation on that one.
No, I was 16. And I
traction
had
control.
my mom's rental.
The traction
Shouldn't have
control
been driving it, and we were looking for haunted, stupid stories in Chicago, and yeah, it was a long night.
Found one.
Yeah, you don't really want to get caught driving the rental car. You're not supposed to be driving at 16, so especially in the cemetery.
In the cemetery.
Yeah. All right. Ryan, was your first off-road vehicle, and what got you into it?
I think I touched on this last time. My first real true off-road vehicle was a full-size extended cab. I think it was a 92 Chevy 35 6-inch lift. Actually, it was a gift to me from my dad because my parents, really, because we were moving from Dallas, Texas to little old Gunnison, Colorado. And it was kind of like, here's your truck, shut up, get in the U-Haul, and move your butt at, 16, 17, 16. So that's pretty much what the gift was shut up, we don't want to hear you talking about it, and just get in the car and let's go to Colorado. So I did. Well, when I got to Colorado, of course, I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah, most of us didn't.
And I had, of course, one of the bigger trucks at that point in time in town. And, of course, Coloradoans, I don't know if you don't know this, and if you're from Texas, I apologize to break this news to you. Coloradoans don't like Texans.
What?
So yeah, let me tell you, it's a heartbreaking story. So I got made fun of
Texas
for a long
is
time.
God's country.
Not to Coloradoans.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. They hate Californians too. So both sides of the spectrum. So this is not. Yeah.
But we hate Californians too in Utah.
Well,
we get
yeah,
that. Everyone hates Californians.
So moving to Gunnison, small town, big truck. I obviously was made a name for myself. I actually was called Thanks Dad for a long time because I made excuses of why I didn't want to go four-wheeling. I ran out of gas and, this and that. And, I got to go home. And, I was 16, man. What did I know? I just didn't want to get in trouble. But I wanted to be cool, too. So finally, a buddy of mine, who's now my brother from another mother, I finally caught him. He had a YJ 35s. He's probably one of the better wheelers that I've ever met. I finally walked up to him and said, "Hey, I have no idea how to four-wheel. Can you teach me?" And yeah, the rest is history. I've been wheeling ever since really 1997. About 1997 I started wheeling. So Hartman Rocks in Gunnison, Colorado was probably my first little off-road area. And then, of course, you talk about, Poison Spider was my first trail in Moab. That was my first real trip, was Easter Jeep Safari back in the day.
That's a hell of an introduction to Moab, is Easter Jeep.
Welcome.
Yeah, with a full-size Chevy. So
That's
that
crazy.
that didn't last very long. Actually, the funniest story is I took it to Potato Salad Hill on Saturday. Back in the day when that was a thing, when everybody would just sit there and watch everybody do it, and end up breaking my passenger axle housing, which was an aluminum axle housing on that Chevy, shattered it. I mean, just cracked it all the way through, oil. Went back to the hotel, grabbed all the hotel towels, JB Weld duct tape and zip fluid, and patched it up and drove it all the way back to Gunnison in a snowstorm.
That's crazy.
So that was a fun time. I don't think they liked us at the hotel, but
yeah. Fuck them if they can't take a joke. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
At some point, yeah, it just becomes about getting sleep
and getting home. JB Weld and duct tape. We wrapped that. We talked. Of course. What was I? Probably 17 at the time. I had no idea. I talked to a welder there. I was like, "Hey, can you weld it?" He's like, "Yeah." You just have to pull the whole thing off. And of course, now, knowing what I know, it probably wouldn't be a horrible thing to do. Just pull it off, clean it out, brake fluid, get it welded up right, and get it sent home. No, we had no clue. So we just ran to the store, grabbed a bunch of JB Weld, cleaned it off, slapped it on there, and duct taped it and drove it home.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm so proud. Yeah, after that was a 97 TJ. That truck ended up falling apart, and it was a 97 TJ, and I drove that TJ up until last year. I sold that thing with 86,000 miles on it. And like you, JD, I kind of spent the last 6 to 8 months regretting it.
Yep.
But
I bet.
To go.
Yeah.
Do what?
Oh, I said I bet you regret it. Like I feel like I missed my Jeep before this. Like I have her, like I'm searching for her VIN number. If it ever comes up on sale, I want to know if she's for sale.
Yeah, like is there a service that does that? Like watches it like a MLS
yeah, I have
listing?
I can't remember what it's called, but I have it on my phone.
Really?
And it's like an app, and it will like notify you.
Like
I paid like $19, and it's like a lifetime membership for it.
Okay.
And they like will tell me when her VIN number comes up, and I can put whatever VIN number in, and then it will tell me.
Whoever has it really must like it because it should have been on sale twice by now.
Yeah, it's not been on sale. I'm so
No, I feel like I vetted this kid that bought my TJ like I would vet one of the kids or one of the adults that work with our kids at our shelter. Like full background check, FBI check, national check, all those things. But yeah, I handed that TJ over very softly. I know exactly where it is if I ever want to go back and.
I'm sorry, Randy. What did you say the name of it was, or did you say the name of it?
Oh, I don't know. I'm
look it up and let me know
keeping
because I have a feeling I'm not the only person that wants to know that.
Yeah, we'll talk about it on the next podcast. I'll find it on I have the app, but I'm keeping the live up. So if anybody has any questions, then we can say anything.
It was funny because Craig Fergie JKU, the guy who was on here a while back now, he had a 2001, a yellow 2001 TJ. And I was like, oh, I know it's been taken care of. Like so yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, for me it's either dump, about $10,000 into the TJ, and I'd still be left with a 2-seater.
Yeah, exactly. I need a trailer.
It would only be a 2-seater because that back seat would have came out. Tire rack would have gone in it, full.
I want a 1-seater, so I'm cool with that.
That way I don't have to I don't even have to.
I don't have anybody in my car.
Yeah,
there's people showing Randy up with a 1-seater moon buggy right there.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
We got 1 seat. Sorry, I can't take any passengers.
Sorry, Pope, you gotta walk.
I ended up buying the Jeep minivan, so I got the JK here. So,
well, and I get it. Like, I loved the idea of having a long Jeep with 4 doors that I could like do whatever with, but now I haven't had anybody in my back seat. It's where I throw all my shit, except for my dogs. I put my dogs back there, and so it's nice to have the extra length.
Yeah,
but I only have one maybe at a time in my Jeep, and it's never like. And I mean, over this whole entire time, I haven't ever had more than one person in my Jeep.
And if you take that seat out, you suddenly have a Gladiator truck bed in the back of your Jeep.
Yeah. I'm going to do a platform. I'm going to take the back seat out, do a platform, do like a dog section, and then I'm going to have like a storage section, and then have like a drawer underneath of it, I think. Anyway.
Well, then you're going to have 10 people that want to go forward with them.
Yeah, and then they can walk. Or bring their own Jeep. It just hasn't happened. Like, I think that it would be great if it happened, but I want my dogs to have an area. I want my stuff to have an area, and I need like me to have an area.
What if they had like one of those land paragliding things and you could tow them behind your Jeep?
I don't know.
That's too much responsibility.
That's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah,
I just need to drive.
Fun. That'd be fun in the
Anyway.
place of Moab.
Hope, Randy, I have a question for you too.
What?
Are you only children?
No. I'm the oldest.
I'm the
That's
oldest.
Surprising. Okay.
We're both the oldest. We're both the oldest.
All right. Because I'm an only child, so I would have I expected that to be your answer. I kind of surprised.
No.
All right.
No, we were the practice round for our parents when they were raising kids.
No, I don't think
practice
you
round.
like
practice
that.
round.
No,
But
I don't want to.
I feel like my
I don't wanna think about
parents
your
really should have went
practicing.
back to what they started with on my siblings. It would have worked better for them.
That's awesome. All right. So let's see. We've gone around the room. Pope and Randy, did we talk about what got
Can you believe it or not? We haven't talked about it yet.
We've just talked about other
feel
things.
We just interrupted everyone else while they were talking.
Well,
sorry.
Here's the thing:
We
I've
suck
had a
at
couple
this.
beers, so it's entirely possible we did, and I just forgot about it. But we didn't. So let's talk about it.
You want to start, or you want me to start?
Go for it.
So Randy's story starts.
Well, me?
after
You're going
mine.
to tell my story?
So I'm not starting. I'm not telling her story.
Yeah, don't
Tell me
mansplain
you're
her
married
story.
without
That's not
telling
gonna
me you're married.
He's like,
All
do you
right.
want me to start or do you want you to start? Here, why don't I tell his story
tell you
and
when
he can
Randy
tell
started
me
wheeling.
my
Actually,
story?
I think that would be an amazing game.
I like that.
Mhm.
No, I originally started wheeling shortly out of high school, around the year 2000, so about 5 years out of high school ish. And I had an F-150. It was just a crew cab type thing, and it was a 1998, so it was a couple of years old. And we used to take that damn thing mudding. I had these really nice 33-inch mud terrain tires on it, and we would just go mudding all over the place. And we get stuck in mud pits, yank each other out, but it was just a super fun time most of the time. We even had nights where we would get out late at night and we'd be recovering people out of the mud because they got stuck. That was my initial thing. And then we discovered jumping, and we found some four-wheeler jumps near where we were mudding. And we decided that me and my friend Kenny, we both jumped our rigs off that four-wheeler jump. I jumped my F-150 3 times off this thing. The first time I underdid it, and so the truck kind of went up straight, and then it went and landed on the back tires and smashed down the front end, and then the mirror fell off, and everything was all crazy. So I'm like, okay, well, let's try that again. So this next time I went too fast, and I hit the nose into the ground. And so the third time the charm, I landed all 4 tires at the same time. It was just different speeds at the time of hitting.
It's just different speeds of the same
Now,
mistake.
this is kind of where I come from and why I wheel the way I wheel now, is because I got a lot of that really fun, fast mud influence. I got a lot of ridiculousness in my system from when I was younger with jumping the truck that had no business being jumped. And that's what got me initially started. But then I couldn't afford to maintain a hobby like that until later on in life. And then so I had another Jeep when it was a 2-door JK around the same year as Randy's JK. Took it out on a trail called Rattlesnake where we go take our friends out all the time. And that one actually kind of got me a little bit hooked. I was like, oh, this is what the real fun stuff is. And I would rate that trail a 5, and it was probably a 4 at the time I did it. And it was, for my experience level, badass. It was so fun. I felt so rad for finishing that trail. I did, it was so cool. And I actually totally understand why people don't overbuild their Jeeps, because those early times, those are precious. You don't get those back. And then, but then kind of just mainly took our Jeeps and truck camping for a while. I had a Tacoma for a minute that we'd love to take camping. And then the Tacoma supposedly had rock climbing features. It had the rear locker and skid plates. And I was like kind of trying to think about where I could take it. And I got in this one spot, and it was just too damn big. I was scared to kind of take it up that part. Now, let me tell you, I've gone back with my Jeeps. We could have gone.
It's a bump. It's not even an obstacle, but it looked like an obstacle when he had the Tacoma.
It's a bump. No. It's like a little thing that the Tacoma could have easily have done. We were just not inexperienced wheelers and didn't.
I probably wouldn't have even known that it was a rock there. In my perspective,
and
right
my friend
now,
was in
but
his
at that time, it
F-150
looked
scratching
like
the shit out of it behind me. So, then we during COVID, we traded in our Tacoma and Andy's old Jeep, and we bought 2 brand new Jeeps. I bought the Gladiator, and she bought Gem on the same day. And we were kind of trying to decide what to do with them. We were following people like Trail Recon and Light Bright, and then Mischief Maker. We're just trying to decide like looking at different kinds of wheeling, different kinds of people's content. The story till now is one of my favorite ones to just kind of get stoned and watch late at night.
Stuff.
And
his cinematography is
Who?
The story till now, Sean. And it was funny. We met him last year at Grandpa's garage. I tried introducing Randy. And I'm like, this is the guy that drives his Gladiator in the snow all the time. I couldn't really kind of describe what his page is because it's like the cinematography is the part of it that I like about it, right?
I'm trying to get him on the show, so if anybody knows him, reach out to him. Have him reach out to me.
If I run into him again, we could talk. I'll ask him, and I'll be like, "Hey, remember I think you just drive your Gladiator in the snow. You want to talk about driving your Gladiator in the snow on our podcast?"
You know what? You want to talk about something else except your Gladiator in the snow? We'll talk about it. Come on the show, Sean. We'll talk about something that isn't your Gladiator in the snow.
I know that you drive it in other places besides the snow. It was
just make Canadian for a few hours.
Yeah,
you know.
But
I mean.
Yeah. Then Randy and I met. We went out with this tour guide in Moab, and his name is Nick. And Nick gave Randy and I a 2-day 101 course, and then we came back for another one.
Yeah, it was. I think that's the biggest thing is that we both have lived in Utah our whole lives, and we've done a lot of off-road. We've had a lot of like fire road experience. Obviously, we camp, and both of us grew up camping and doing all that kind of stuff. And the early part of our relationship was all doing camping and that kind of thing, and going on these different areas.
How do I sleep in my truck? That was always
it was like, how can we figure out how we could sleep in our trucks? Yeah. So, but it was just once we like went out on one rock trail. We actually have a video of the first time. So when we got our Jeeps, we were like, okay, we're going to build these right. How do we build this right? And we kind of learned from experience from like just throwing it out there into the universe that it's not always the best answer on the internet. Because everybody has different perspectives. My perspective and his perspective is so different than like Alyssa's perspective, you know what I mean? And so anyway, we asked around, we figured it out. My Jeep actually had a lift and tires on it. It had like a 3.5 inch.
You had 3.5 inch with 37s.
With 37s.
It was a TerraFlex mid-arm kit. It was nice. It was a nice setup. You had Falcon shocks.
I had Falcon shocks. It was a nice setup. It was the perfect like beginner like thing. Yeah. And he bought his stock, and it was like all of a sudden we had to have a lift and tire. We were like, okay, we're gonna do this right. So we like had a lift and tires at the dealership, so that it was under warranty, but that's like a fucking lie anyway. Yeah. So basically it was like, it started driving like a dump truck, and we started asking around, and we started having this problem of like building our Jeeps. But anyway, the first time I took Jem out was with a group in Utah, in like the Salt Lake area called the Wenches with Wenches. And I went out with them. And we went to Little Moab, and they put me on this obstacle, and they basically said, just drive up. And I was like, what? And like Moose was on my lap, and he hit the slapstick, and it went into like M1. At the time, I didn't know what M1 was. And I basically went whoop, right up it instead of being in drive like I was going to be in drive. And he put me in manual 1, and it just crawled right up. And I looked at, and everybody's like, whoa, you just crawled right up. And I was like, that was really cool. What else can I do with this thing? Yeah. So I would definitely say that was the first time we've only been doing the like rock crawling part for like the last 3.5 years. And honestly, it's been some of the funnest times of our lives. And I think it's just about like taking time after time after time, like just really spending a lot of time doing it to find out what we like. It was like doing some 4s and 5s, and then moving up to 6s and 7s. And then somehow we moved to 9s really fast.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, oh, if you think you can do that, come here. And so
exactly.
It's been, but yeah, a lot of seat time, a lot of things.
But we got addicted permanently the first time we wheeled in Sand Hollow.
Yeah, that would definitely
We were out with our friends, Dominators, and they introduced us to Mischief.
Sand Hollow 4x4.
Yeah, Sand Hollow 4x4 now. They remember Crystal, who was on with us before. So they introduced us to Mischief Maker, Holly, and Colt, who's now Colt Builds It, but at the time he was Bleeping Colt. And the day wheeling with those guys on their favorite trails, like we're doing Double Sammy, and they're off to the side doing like driving off whatever. There was a crack they just nicknamed Glenn's Crack. And Glenn Blake was with us too. And with wheeling with all these guys that are super experienced, they taught us a ton. They took time to explain to us like what was going on. Like Glenn sat me down while he was spotting Randy. He's like, okay, here's what I'm doing. Here's what's going on here. He's like, you're always driving, looking at your front of your tires, but you need to watch what's happening in the rears. And he kind of goes over all these things. And he's talking about how you watch the things go moving up and down. This is a guy who used to wheel rock and do competition rock crawling, explaining to me how this stuff works. One of the most valuable days of my life while I was wheeling. Oh, look, we lost JD. And,
it was crazy. It's almost like we woke up in Sand Hollow. We fell asleep watching YouTube, and we woke up in Sand Hollow wheeling with our YouTube friends. Yeah, it was so weird. It was so we had no idea what we were doing.
And the way that our wheeling journey has gone, we ended up just kind of being friends with all these types of people who are in those groups in that community. And it's really weird that our friend is someone like Aqua Jeep Girl, who's someone that a lot of people genuinely look up to. We look up to her too. And the fact that I go wheeling with her as she's one of my friends is super weird to me.
It's a little
but
surreal,
also
right?
extremely, it's surreal and it's extremely awesome at the same time. And that's actually kind of how close the community really ends up being. You're only 1 or 2 degrees of separation from each other once you start doing it.
Yeah. It's really fun.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Every time you say the word Glenn Blake, I can't do it. Like, even when I saw him on the Discovery Channel show, off the road, like, I grew up watching that guy in Steamboat.
A lot of our friends know him from skiing and from the Warren Miller films.
Like, I'm like, Glenn Blake knows how to four-wheel?
Oh, he's so fucking good at it.
His wife is one of the coolest women I've ever met. Have you ever met? Oh my gosh, she is so.
Yeah, Kimberly is amazing.
She is like this tiny little Spitfire, and I was like in Sand Hollow for the first time in my life, and she's standing at the top of the chute on the top of her buggy, screaming, "Get it ready! Woo!" And she's like screaming at the top of her lungs with her arms like waving and stuff. She is like the funnest human being you will ever meet. She's so
and ever
cute.
since then, we've been like, we have no choice but to like continue doing this. We enjoy it. We love learning together. I'm having a really fun time watching her just take her new rig and her new build and go to the next level while I'm sitting on the sidelines. It's fine with me. I know I'll get my time soon, but I'm having fun watching her do it because it's just a cool experience just to see it.
Yeah.
And to see like my wife is a woman, and I'm happy to see my wife succeeding and having a good time and like making friends out there on the trail. That's what I want. It's not necessarily about me, even though it's about me, but it's not about me.
It's always about the Pope.
But by making it about her, it's about me.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you guys, there's a little jealousy in me from where you guys are and where you guys are located and your access to the trails you have. I think you should work that every day, what you guys do.
Oh, we try.
So I enjoy watching you guys grow. Yeah, you're in that area and in that spot and in that what's the freeway that runs from Vegas to Salt Lake?
I-15.
Yeah, you're in the I-15 4-wheel drive corridor.
Oh yeah, it's like so. I mean, we can get to Moab in 3.5 hours. We can get to Vernal in 2. We can get to Sand Hollow in 4. We can get to Vegas in 5. We can get to Arizona in 6. Like, it's stupid.
Hey, hold on,
you just can't buy alcohol on Sunday.
Yeah, hold on. Jackie, are we moving?
Yeah, you should come out here. It's a fun spot. It's a fun area. It's just
Or
it's
just come
amazing.
visit. Come visit for give yourself 2 weeks. If you gave yourself 2 weeks, I think you could go from Colorado
You could do a lot.
down to Moab, then come to northern Salt Lake where we are at, then go out to Vernal, come back to northern Salt Lake, and we could do a different part of it, then down to Sand Hollow, and you could do that in 2 or 3 weeks, and you would have a great time.
I do have a crew of about 3 of us that had somebody mentioned it in a Friday night thing about, hey, let's do 2 weeks out on the West Coast. And I said, sure, no problem. I have not asked my wife yet. So she has no idea that this is even a thought process. So we'll see what happens. But 2025, 2-week West Coast trip. The Rubicon Trail is always something I wanted to do. So
I mean, I haven't done it yet. Mm-hmm.
By the way, I wanted to mention the topic of the Jeep Renegades. We bought one. We wanted to build it to be the coolest off-road rig because we saw one that was somewhat built doing really rad things. And one of our neighbors lives down the street, has one that he's lifted 3 inches, and he takes the doors off in the summer and drives it around the area. We wanted to wheel one. We couldn't find someone to build it for us. And so you're lucky that way if you either did it yourself or you found someone to build it for you. However, our new shop would definitely build it for us. We just have to accept the fact that once we build it, it's no longer a reliable commuter. It's now a off-road toy.
Yeah. As far as the Renegade goes, man, you do you.
They're cute, man. They're super cute. Be Like Maggie has one. There's Tony the Trailhawk out here that I follow that has one. I mean,
I keep trying to.
They go out on the wheel and they keep trying to do. They go out and they do stuff that you don't think they should be able to, and it's surprising.
I feel like they're discontinuing it, but
they are. Yeah,
maybe is that the Renegade or the Compass?
Yeah, the Renegade's discontinued. They're keeping the Compass, which is actually the exact same platform, almost identical car, just a different shell.
Yeah. So.
Speaking of discontinuing, do we want to go down the road of we're going to have a concept 392, but discontinue 392?
Yeah, no.
We'll
talk about that the next time. Yeah.
Okay. Because I have an opinion, if you didn't know.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, what's your opinion on that? Because I think it's garbage.
What do you do?
His opinion? Or...
You haven't heard his opinion yet. How can you call it garbage?
No, I don't think his opinion's garbage. I think it's dumb that they're discontinuing it.
I'm a valid individual. Okay? No, I'm just
kidding. So real quick, I should answer this question for Nathan, though. And it's funny that it came up and that it came up on this voicemail because a few days ago, I interviewed with Jimmy Jett from the Snail Trail 4x4 podcast, and that aired today on their channel, episode 488, which is just a number I can't even wrap my head around. But we had a chance to talk about a number of different things on there. And one of the questions that he brought up was basically this question was, how did you get into this? And I realized that there's a combination of growing up as Boy Scouts. I was a Boy Scout, and apparently that has translated into some sort of love of the outdoors, because you don't get a real big love of the outdoors when you're living in Illinois. Like, there's just not a whole lot there. And then the first off-roading memory I have, like official off-roading memory, we were on we talked about it on the show, was in Michigan, in Traverse City, on what are DNR roads, and they're questionable legality at this time frame. Like, we're talking 98, 99, 2000 or so. And
does that mean do not resuscitate?
Exactly. Department of Naturalization Resources or something. Yeah, the Department of Natural Resources. They manage most of their public lands out that way, especially when it comes to trails. All of those roads are now open. Like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, Michigan opened them up, which it was a big deal. And but at the time, it's definitely not legit. But we were tearing through mud and just having a good time in that. And I remember getting a taste of it then. I did not like cleaning the mud then. I still don't like cleaning the mud now. And but I had already had a Jeep at that point. Like the Jeep was just something I'd always liked. I'm a Lego person. I like boxy vehicles.
That makes sense.
I also like the idea of being able to bolt on. I like the idea of being like able to bolt on anything. Like you just, the aftermarket was so strong for it even back in the day that I was able to say, yeah, I could just get this for it. I can get this for it. And I could, you know, and at one point I wanted to put a computer in my Jeep. It was a whole big thing. Yeah. So it's good stuff. And then, yeah, we moved out to Colorado and the rest is history when it comes to Trails Off-Road and the rest of that. So, and there, I'll tease you on that. If you want to know the rest of that story, you're going to have to listen to the Snail Trail 4x4 podcast. So, but it was really good. Jimmy's a really nice guy. I had a really good time chatting with him. And
I was going to say it was a great podcast. As a Jeeper, I did not subscribe to the Toyota guys, but I did listen to the one podcast.
I mean, they are very adamant about their love for the Toyota and their disdain for the Jeeps. Yeah, but it is what it is. I feel like there's plenty of meat there for good back and forth.
Well, and it's cheap heat. It's easy to get Toyota versus Jeep going, or Jeep versus Bronco, or like Toyota versus Bronco versus Jeep at the urinals. I mean, it's super cheap heat to get,
and I'd rather fight about that kind of stupid crap. Exactly.
And it's actually it's actually more fun for us as different sub communities in the off-roading community to rib each other and have a little fun at each other's expense. Because you always see a Toyota towing a Jeep or vice versa.
And the moment you get that video, they are like done.
Like the Tesla, freaking first Tesla stuck ever. That's on Instagram. Yeah. It's viral. The whole world knows that somebody didn't know how to get their Tesla unstuck. And then you see Heavy D Sparks driving it properly, crazily, out on the dunes during the record games.
But we're going to pull that Christmas tree footage up every year, man. Every year.
And until someone else can wheel a Tesla truck, it's going to be the most famous thing ever.
Well, and that's the other thing too, is that as time goes on, there's just going to be more video of those things actually doing what they can and can't do. And yeah, there's going to be fails. There's always fails. Everything
like if
fails.
You are a Toyota or Jeep Instagrammer, bring Broncos on the trail with you. And then when they fuck up, you record it, you post it. Look at this, the Broncos sucks, Toyota's forever, and that's it. You know, you can fair
warning though. If you break down, you are now their fodder for their content.
Absolutely. I guarantee you the Gladiator tipped over on its side from November is somebody's look how shitty Jeep drivers are video. And
I'm sure. Yeah. Well, there's 10% of the world that's just going to see however they want to see it, and they're going to snip it and cut it, and video's a lie.
It's true. It's
all right.
True.
So, what?
Did anyone catch Kurt Angle's reference?
I heard it. Alyssa, what made you go with a Tacoma?
I don't know. I always liked the older ones. I always wanted one, like through I think since like junior high, high school. They held their value real well, so I just couldn't afford one until after college.
No particular loyalty to Toyota or anything like that.
I mean, we had a couple Toyotas when I was growing up. My mom was like super into Consumer Reports magazines and stuff. So
there you go.
Yeah,
Jimmy knew who you were. I walked through all of you guys as hosts, and Jimmy knew who you were, and I bet it's because you have the Tacoma. Yeah, I bet you it's the Toyota. That's why he knew who you were. He's like, "Is that Hold My Coffee?" And I was like, "That's Alyssa." Aww. That was kind of funny. Yeah. Cool. I didn't think about it at the time, and now I think about it. That's exactly what happened.
Toyota. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Ryan, why Jeep?
Well, I think as we were vacationing in we still lived in Dallas, but vacationing in Colorado as a kid. My dad rented a Jeep.
Was that Gunnison, Colorado, by chance?
Yeah. But if you didn't know,
it's Peyton, Colorado.
The 4 seconds I paid attention. There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so growing up in Dallas and traveling out there, I think my dad rented a Jeep, and that was kind of my first experience. I can't remember the trail we tried to go up, and we didn't go up because it was like a shelf road, but it was up to the Alpine Tunnel. That's what it was.
Okay, yeah.
We tried to go up to the Alpine Tunnel, and that road is narrow.
It rounds past. It's not too bad. It can get bad.
Well,
Yeah.
it's closed
Oh,
now.
you're coming from the other side. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and you can only hike to it now because it's deteriorated. And but yeah, so that we turned around, and that was kind of my first as a 13, 14-year-old notion of what Jeep can do, and then of course moving there, and then having everybody else drive Jeeps. My buddy had a YJ, and he was the one that kind of teach me what to do and how to wheel. And then TJs were out, and
That's kind of what you know. Yep.
Rest is history.
Yep. Oh, I only ended up with a TJ because I happened to drive by one that was for sale. Like it was a recently, lightly used Jeep, and it was perfect. And it was a happenstance to some degree. So
that TJ was the first stick I drove, and the first Jeep I wheeled. So,
all right. Pope Randy, Jeep, why? Do we ask you already?
No. Why Jeep?
Yeah. You had a Tacoma, so why did you stick with the Jeep instead?
Well, I had a 2018 Tacoma, and the computer system in it was really buggy.
Oh, that's right.
And it completely failed on the highway a couple of times, and I lost faith in it.
That's crazy. Mine's a 2018. I've just never done that. That's scary.
And so I actually kind of bought it. So I've owned two Tacomas in my life, and both of them I absolutely loved until the computer problems on the orange one. But I had this blue one that I bought at the dealer. They'd already put like a 2.5-inch body lift on it. It was on, was it 33s or 35s? 33s.
33s, but it looked like, we pulled into the parking lot. We were like, it was like, beep.
I drove in the parking lot. So that's it. That's the one. I want to test drive that one.
Yeah.
I absolutely.
It was in December when they were trying to clear out the old inventory, so they put a lift and tires on it, and they made it look real pretty. And it was that blue, the 2000.
Yeah, it was sick.
What year was it?
It was a 20. I can't remember. Like a 20.
I thought it was a 2007.
Yeah, 2007. Oh, it was a beautiful design. It was so pretty.
So pretty.
And and it was like the same year that they did the World of Warcraft Tacoma crossover in the commercial. It was hilarious. And so I loved that truck. It was, and the only reason I traded it in was that
he was jealous of my Jeep.
I was jealous of her Jeep, and I wanted something that could go in those places, but even more small. So I ended up buying a 2-door almost entirely from the equity of the other truck.
Nice. You gotta love it when that happens.
Yeah. And that was, and then I traded that Jeep back in for a Tacoma, and then that Tacoma kind of had the electrical glitches, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back to the Jeep and just.
Well, it was a Jeep truck. You wanted a truck.
I already wanted a Jeep truck. Yeah.
And then they came out with the Gladiator.
Nice.
Yep. And then I'm out on the trail of Gladiators, and everyone's like, the Gladiator stuck again. The Gladiator stuck.
I like the way they look. I can't imagine. Like I've driven a 2-door my whole life, and I can't imagine driving with that much wheelbase.
I would do another Tacoma as a commuter truck. Or as like a camping truck in a heartbeat. I love them. They're great. They're great for that stuff. If you build them to do rock crawling, they can be great rock crawlers too. But out of the box, they're amazing for camping and stuff. Like you buy them at the factory, they can do what they're designed to do, and you don't have to spend a ton of money to make it do it.
Awesome.
And so, I don't hate Tacomas and Toyotas, so that's why you don't ever see Toyota versus Jeep hate on our page, because I love my Toyotas and deep in my soul.
There's no hate on my page, but I will give shit. I will do that.
I do follow someone who gives ungodly amounts of shit against Toyotas, and it's good for his page. But like, it's like when a pro wrestler goes into a town and says, like, he goes into Provo and he says, the University of Utah is the best, and they all boo him. It's the same kind of heat that you're trying to get, and I think you could build better content than that. It's just, you can make, you've got builds, you've got adventures. You should focus on that and be friendly to the rest of the off-road community, because we need to be on the same team anyway.
Yeah, and I think we're getting there. I think and I was talking with Jimmy about this too. Like, I think we kind of recognize that we've fought a lot internally, and we let some of those, Toyota versus Jeep things get a little too real, and we need to dial it back and make sure we're all on the same page.
Yeah, well, now it's the
So you mentioned,
and UTV and Toyota and Bronco and Jeep. And
yeah, exactly.
And just get over it, and let's fix the bigger picture, which is, the BLM and the land grabbers.
Yeah. What'd you say, Alyssa?
I was going to say, you mentioned Aqua Jeep Girl, Julie, earlier. When she lived here, her and I did a few cars and coffee meetups, and I took care of the Toyota side. She did the Jeep side. And like, we both had the opposite followers too. Like, I had some Jeeps, she had some Yodas. Yeah, we did some like coffee meets, and like we all would come together and hang out, and then we got to like see each other's builds, and that was really fun to do.
That's cute. She's a good person. She's one that I talk to on a weekly basis.
We have to have her on again when we're not having severe audio issues and trying to do a multi-room.
We won't be in the same room next time unless we're in this room where we do our podcast now, because we've got microphones.
Yeah, we can do the same room. We just have to be very calculated on how we do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she's easy. I can get her on anytime.
That's awesome. All right. Well, yeah, we're gonna have some more guests on, and we'll keep doing that. We'll keep asking some of our guests that have been on for interviews to come back for some of the live shows. So Erica from Slow Burn Off-Road, Alyssa and I did an interview with her a couple weeks ago that'll air on Monday, and then she's gonna join us Monday night for the live show. And to talk about EJS, because she'll have been there for the entire 2 weeks of it with her Bronco.
Cool. That's cool. That's fun. She was cool. I liked her.
Yeah, she was a lot of fun. I think it's really kind of cool to see a lot of people really following their passion and getting out of that day-to-day corporate grind and doing something out with their Jeeps or with their Broncos or with whatever they're trying to do it with, and making a go at it. Like, it's really good stuff. It's fun to see.
Totally.
So, all right. Well, I feel like we're getting here close to an hour and a half. I have something new I want to do, guys, and next time we'll I would love to assign. So here's the thing. I'm a big fan of comedy shows, and I don't know if anybody's familiar with At Midnight or After Midnight. It is now called. But one of the games that they were doing
is that still around?
So the original At Midnight that was on Comedy Central, that is done. But they brought the concept back, and they've actually made it an hour-long show on CBS after the Late Late Show with Stephen Colbert with Taylor Tomlinson. So, and it's pretty good. It's, I mean, I always love getting comedians into a situation like that where they have to riff like that. That's always going to be the most fun. But one of the games that they were playing was everybody had to watch a video, and then we would get to the end of the video, and they would ask a question about the video that may not necessarily have been the most obvious thing to you. So pay attention. And then when we get to the end of the video, I will ask one of you randomly to tell me what you see. All right. Pay attention here. Oh, wait. No, I'm switching it.
Oh man, I
believe people fly.
That was it?
We believe people fly.
Okay.
I can't hear
You're
you.
muted.
Oh no.
What model Jeep was that?
YJ.
I think that was it a YJ? I thought it was an LJ.
Was it a Jeep? I don't know.
It was a
Well, Alyssa gets with the shotgun approach by just calling it a Jeep. There you go. Alyssa wins.
It was a Jeep.
It was
Wait, it was an FJ.
no, it was
Was it not?
either a TJ or an LJ. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it was one of those.
Yeah,
two.
No, we
It was
played.
an
That thing had
FJ.
square headlights.
Because
You
the
wanna play this
YJ
one again?
didn't have it. I
I don't
didn't
know.
see the square headlights. I saw it
We
around.
played
I
that
believe
game.
people fly.
That's a
Oh,
TJ.
Yeah, hang on. Wait.
Hold
I
on.
can pause it.
Yeah.
I believe people fly.
No, that's a YJ.
Is it a YJ?
Yeah, it's square
Is it really?
headlights.
I believe people fly.
Oh, it does
All right,
have
I'll give it to him. It's a YJ.
Look at Ryan paying attention, man. He's got like
You're all
a
day,
short-term
babe.
memory longer than 4
I'm gonna make
seconds.
Ryan. I'm gonna make Ryan into a secretary in this show. That's what's gonna happen here. All right.
You can tell Ryan doesn't live near Colorado.
No, what are you trying to say, Pope? All right. I got one more. Ready? Pay attention.
All right, let's watch.
All right. How many red Solo cups were in that video?
Oh man, that's not what I thought the question was going to be.
I saw a couple XJs doing
I have
stupid
no idea.
XJ things, but
I saw a couple of XJs doing XJ things.
I saw my ex-wife rip the back end off of an XJ.
There it is.
Cow.
It's
oh,
just
it's a
the one.
Comanche. Is that a Comanche?
Is that a cow manchi?
It is a Comanche.
Yeah, no, it was just the one red Solo cup at the very beginning of the thing. But that whole video to me is a red Solo cup, if I'm being honest.
Yes.
It is. It's like what they go to Congress and they're like, hey, look at these dick fours over
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Wheeling out there in Utah. This is why we should close Moab.
This is why we have problems.
Pope,
No, he's not wrong.
Pope, you speak my language because that's a rant that I've been on lately. That is not.
Yeah, and
What
I'm of
people-
two minds of it, dude. Like I'm of two minds of it. There's part of it that's like, yeah. And we talked about, remember that story we talked about a while back. It was the off-road video that they fined them in the UK because they said they were doing
And
too
they
much.
weren't even breaking the law.
And they weren't breaking the law, right? They were where they were supposed to be. And I think the question was how heavy was the disclaimer, those kinds of things. And
right,
like there's part of me like, if you're in Colorado, don't go through mud puddles. But if you're in the Pacific Northwest, it doesn't really matter. Like that's going to rain.
That's what you will in over there.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's interesting you bring this up because we had someone on our show a while back, Ibis Off Road. Remember Ibis?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he was from Florida, right?
Yep.
And he showed a video on his Instagram where he was showing people doing something perfectly legal where they were doing. It's actually the way that the trail goes.
Yeah.
And they were driving up a waterfall. And because he doesn't know that it was legal where what was going on, he was like, you should never do this stuff. You need to stay on the trail. He was using it as an example of here's how you have to stay on the trail. We have a trail just like that in Utah where the way you get to it is driving through either a stream or you drive up a waterfall. That is the trail. We're not breaking a law here. So, I mean, you almost have to be conscious of like what they're doing, where they're doing it also.
Go ahead.
My rant comes with this. Be mindful about what you post on the internet.
Right.
So I saw one in Washington where the guy went around a gate that was obviously there.
Yeah.
And of course I laid into him. And his first comment was, "Oh, well, it's the gatekeeper."
I saw that. I saw one recently just like that. But that's actually the off-road park. That's how you get into it. Is they have the gate closed for regular ones, but you drive around the gate on purpose.
No, like
But
again,
there's no context in the post, is what you're saying.
Yeah, no
Right.
context. Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, not
And that's my
knowing-
point with the IBIS post too. There's no context. You just see it as it is, and you
Right.
just make whatever you want.
And that goes back to not knowing the environment. Your brand, and I think in that session he admits he was brand new to the sport.
Right.
Well, you don't know what you're getting into.
You don't know what you
there
don't
was
know.
another one where somebody drove past a road closure sign. Again, half these people do it for clicks and likes and controversy and everything else, and you're damaging a bigger picture here. And,
Exactly.
yeah,
you are,
can be on a rant with that crap all day long.
Well, no, we're actually, that's something I want to talk about at some point down the road, because it's and our.
Do you guys see that clown like hanging from his winch line off the top of the world?
That happens once a year at least. I'm waiting for someone to fall. Yeah.
It makes me do.
Like I
You're gonna shut down that trail.
you're gonna cause bigger issues with that. It's a cool video. Maybe you're completely safe. Maybe you're a pro rock climber.
You're not. If you're hanging from your winch line, you are not safe. That thing's gonna snap. That's stupid.
You're absolutely 100% right. In my opinion, like that line could snap. Your Jeep could well, maybe not, but
there's too many factors. It's not. A Jeep is not made to be rappelling off of, and
you're not supposed to be rappelling off the top of the world. Don't fucking do it no more. Look at me. Don't fucking do it. Stop that shit, guys. No more.
The bearded men are coming for you.
I love when I get clips like that. Like it's bliss for me. It makes it so much easier to cut together a new trailer.
Yeah, don't fucking do that no more.
Don't do that.
And the more times you bleep it, the better. I've learned that.
I'm here for the unnecessary bleeps.
Unnecessary bleeps.
Yeah,
I give you necessary ones, but unnecessary ones are good too.
No, unnecessary. So I posted a video the other day about the mud in Colorado, and I did the Instagram auto captions, and it bleeped me saying ass. And at first I'm like, well, I could take that out of there if I just change it to the word ass. And I'm like, no, I feel like it's more impactful if it bleeps me towards the end of the video. So we left it in. Yeah, I like it.
I bleeped out someone saying driver because it was funny on my video.
I love that. Yeah. I think I'll just add it to our media board here, and then I can just play it like random places throughout the show. Yeah, exactly. Cool. All right. Yeah, I want to talk about on another episode. We'll talk about kind of the influencer culture and the good and bad that it leads to.
What? No.
I know. I mean, I feel like there's obviously good examples of it. I feel like those of us here in this conversation right now are part of the better part of the conversation, and then we have people who aren't. And I think there's a discussion to be had about all of it. So, and then we can let Ryan rant on it.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
How about we just invite one of those people that aren't on the good side of the conversation on this podcast, and then we'll have a conversation.
Look, I am never going to say no to that. Like, if you're listening to the show and you disagree with us, and you first of all, if you want to leave us a message at 719-408-0132, you can do that, and we will play it on the air. But more so, if you disagree with us and you want to come on the air and talk about it, let's talk about it. Hit me up. Let's chat. So we'll talk about that though. We'll go from there. Now this tonight's topic kind of came from Nathan. So Nathan, thank you very much. Nathan again.
Thanks a lot, Nathan. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for leaving the voicemail at 719-408-0132, which you can do anytime you want. And then keep leaving voicemails, man. We'll keep playing them. If you got something you want to say to us or to Ryan and tell him how wrong he is, or oh boy, he's doing the come at me, bro. All right.
Come on. I got my Buffalo Trace over there. Come on. Let's go.
All right. If you want some more information, let's go around the table before I do that. You got any final thoughts? Let's go to Ryan first. Ryan?
Yeah, I think I've made my call.
This is your final thought? That's okay. Cool.
Come on.
Alyssa?
Final thought on anything in general?
Anything for the night.
I'm
Like it's Monday night. You're done. You finished your alcohol.
that. Oh no, I'm waiting for the cheers because I always finish it, and then you guys are like, "Good night, cheers," and I'm like, "Oh crap."
Yeah, I know,
So,
right?
What
I'm
are you
waiting.
drinking tonight, Alyssa?
Yeah, what are you drinking tonight?
Oh, it is. I use the Mr. Black coffee liqueur, so it's Mr. Black coffee liqueur and a little Kahlua and a little coffee and creamer.
Any day.
Coffee thing.
It
Yeah.
looked like coffee and Irish cream ish adjacent.
Yeah, I wish I liked Irish cream. So instead I use the coffee liqueur and then just like regular French vanilla creamer.
Yep. Same.
Very good.
All right. Pope, Randy?
I'm sure I'll have a lot to say next time. I'm just really excited to go drive my Jeep. It's been gone for 2 months and I'm ready to see how new Gem is.
We're excited to see everybody.
I'm excited for togetherness and my chauffeur to the event. And he'll be able to drive me to the big rocks and
there you go.
Move my Jeep for me. I'm really excited.
Oh, I can't wait to move the Jeep.
So
I can't wait.
Here's a twofer. Yeah, all right, Ryan, you're bitter. We get it. We're this will be a twofer, right? I'm gonna say this out loud, and this is gonna be a reminder to Pope and Randy. If you see Pope and Randy at EJS, they're gonna have Trailhead stickers, right?
Oh, we should remember the Trailhead stickers.
Yeah,
see, I got a twofer. Yeah, go write yourself a note, and then I'll shoot you a message after we're done, just to remind you. Awesome.
Yeah, I'll have Trailhead stickers. Whatever's left of Gem and Misfit stickers.
Oh, we should figure that one out. We'll figure out where all
You should really get rid of anything you can. This is the perfect opportunity.
Yeah,
to clean
and
the
I've
house.
got some t-shirts. So if you're a large mammal like Pope, I've got shirts that fit you. You can get a Misfit World Order, Gem the Misfit t-shirt, whichever one you like.
$29.95.
The new Misfit shirt. If you're out there
if you're
at
out
EJS,
there
I'll
and
just
you
give
want a
it to you.
t-shirt, we'll give you a t-shirt. We don't
selling
sell t-shirts.
That's awesome.
We're not those
Cool.
humans.
But if you want to put some Misfit Gem and Misfit merchandise on the Trailhead podcast site, maybe that might not be a bad idea.
I will always do that. Anything you want to send to me, send to me.
But it doesn't make us money; it makes the podcast money.
Well, there is that.
We don't have to worry
we'll talk
about
about
Randy
it.
does not
we don't have to
want.
worry about that yet.
Randy does not want to be any of the people
No.
who make money off their name on off.
I mean, that's fair.
All right.
I get it. Yeah.
I'm just ready to go play. Let's go play.
Bring your galoshes.
But we need to support the Trailhead.
We got it. We're there. We're I'm trying to keep our costs low. We'll get it. We're good.
We're good.
So we just do it. Here's what you can do to help us keep our costs.
You need to lay off
Get-
Moose. He's asking for a raise.
There is that. Yeah. I mean, I just can't afford him. The more listeners we get, then I can add advertisements, and then we can become self-supporting, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. That's all I'm looking for. So
Wait, you guys are getting paid?
hell no.
Nobody's getting
Nobody's getting paid for shit. I haven't gotten paid for. I barely get paid for the Trails Off Road stuff. All right, so
Even
all right,
even
cool.
the shirts that do get sold don't make any money for us.
Yeah, just, I
We've
get
never
it. Yep.
sold nothing. Anyway,
We have,
no, he has them on the website.
no, we have Trailhead. We make like 50 cents.
He literally
No,
has a
that's
Trailhead
Yeah.
store.
I like that.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm with Alyssa. I got one more sip left. And if I don't,
All right, cool. Yeah, let's do this. I don't have anything else to tell y'all. If you want to go chat with us, come see us at thetrailheadnetwork.com. Go see Pope and Randy at EJS. Go see Alyssa out in the backcountry of Arizona. And
We will
go see
be
Ryan
at
in a few
Grandpa's
weeks after
Garage
he has his
Tuesday
coil
and
up his
Thursday
back.
night.
There it is.
Yeah, we'll be.
Say that again?
Grandpa's Garage in Moab, Tuesday and Thursday night from 6 to 10 p.m.
All right, awesome. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
See ya.
Cheers.